Hey guys, Jessica here. So today let's talk about the Lansinoh Thrive. This is going to be a tough pump chat because normally I can find at least something about a pump that I like. I can find something where I'm like, this particular use case might be useful. I mean, and I do love a niche use pump, but this one actually stands to dethrone the Medela Max Flow as one of the worst pumps of all times. At least that one we do have some people that respond to it. It's just terrible quality and it's clunky and it's outdated and it's just completely unnecessary and overpriced. This is a literal ripoff. So this is a portable pump. The thing that they talk about with the Lansinoh Thrive is that you can do everything when you have this pump because it comes with cups and flanges. But before you go getting excited, because Lansinoh typically historically has had pretty great flanges, this is a knockoff flange. This is not a Lansinoh flange. It says Lansinoh on the bottle, and it did come with a Lansinoh nipple, but the rest of this is kind of garbage. This is another rebranded pump. This is exactly like the Lansinoh Duo Discreet. Lansinoh has gone from having their own pumps that they manufacture and they sell, that they were selling to the open market. Yes, they were still selling through insurance, but they were able to create a product that was price pointed so that you could actually compete on the open market. If you want to compete on the open market with this is a $30 to $40 pump. And I even think then I would struggle to tell somebody to buy it because you would be better off buying a hand pump and using a hand pump. It's going to be a lot more effective. This is simply too slow. The only thing that I have to say that I did like is I did like that they have the removable belt clip on it because not everybody wants a belt clip, but it does already come with that. There's some other portable manufacturers that we should really kind of pay attention to that. But when you pull this out, this was the really curious part. It has two holes up here on the top, and we were trying to figure out why they would have two holes. And at first we were like, is it supposed to be for milk drainage? Like, do we have such a milk flow problem that we need the ability to let the milk flow out of it? No. You know what it is? It's for the cord, because this is the Baby Vogue version, which is actually sold for the price that matches the quality of the pump. This one just comes with the cups, and the cups themselves are actually, they're not, other than this piece being kind of clunky, I actually do kind of like the cups. They're a little bit harder to assemble than average. I would say these are a C plus in terms of like the grade I would give this cup. It is a little bit hard to assemble. This connection is a little clunky, but like it does have that nice wide open angle. It's not quite 120 degrees or 105. It's like slightly more than 90, but a little bit more narrow. It is very, very lightweight and it has a very good oval feel. This is going to be great for the teardrop shaped breast because there's just not a lot here that needs to rest up here on the top. Whereas sometimes with a teardrop shaped breast, we end up with a gap. I don't think we're going to have that with this because this kind of projects, I don't know if you can see it, it kind of projects forward a little bit. So it may work with that. The cups are honestly the best part of it. When you buy this pump, when you're buying the Baby Vogue version, I mean, you get a cool motor you can try with it. It's underpowered. These both struggle to get above 150 mmHg on full power, which means it is going to be less powerful than the double pumping stimulation mode on the Spectra. It tops off at 68 cycles per minute. It does have a fast and a low cycle speed. Not that that matters because they both have such short suction patterns that most people are actually going to find it painful, which was this really weird scenario. Like I actually had to go pull out a second set of gauges because the suction is painful. So I was like, well, maybe it's higher suction than I think, and it's being kind of dulled by the silicone. I put it on the second set of gauges. No, it's not actually powerful. It's just a terrible suction pattern. It feels like it snaps. So it pulls the nipple, but then it like snaps it back really, really hard. I would compare it to having rubber bands shoot you in the nipple. All in all, Lansinoh has got to knock this off. The Lansinoh Duo Discreet is a rebranded cheapie that they are making bank on. They're using your insurance benefits. If we were not dealing with a broken system, if we were not dealing with the DMEs creating this artificial economy, no way Lansinoh would bring the Thrive to the market because they would have done the testing on it and said, no, this is not going to compete. It's going to get bad reviews. People are not going to like it. The only people that are going to like this pump are people who've either used nothing else, are the people that respond and let down to anything and everything. Like for every pump, there's going to be somebody who's like, oh yeah, I'm fine with that because I have one mom that's making an oversupply, pumping with nothing but a Haka that's barely suction to her. If she thinks about letting down, she lets down, and it's just a huge, massive oversupply without any real suction. it's a freak occurrence. It's not something that other moms can bank on. For the average mom, this is going to be a supply killer. A lot of people are going to see that they get this, they have underwhelming performance. They're going to try it with the flanges, they're going to try it with the cups. It's not going to work. I don't know how these flanges are going to work out with other pumps, and the reason for that is that the tubing that connects to them is terrible. Has this really thick connector because it's designed to allow you to go between the flanges and the cups. There's this really big hole that has to plug into. It makes it kind of a pain in the butt to get it in. Like it's just everything about this is clunky. I don't think you should buy the Lansinoh Thrive. I think Lansinoh should be embarrassed by this decision to launch this pump. And if they don't like my thoughts on that, oh well. Like I really don't care. This is so bad that mom should know that this is somebody trying to steal your insurance benefits because this pump is not going to compete on the open market. We do not need the Lansinoh Thrive. This is not a company listening to moms and trying to create what moms want. You are better off buying a cheap random brand portable off of Amazon, buy an NCVI, buy a mom free, buy a mom fan, buy a Horizon. You are going to be leagues ahead of where you're going to get with the Lansinoh Thrive. And the fact that they didn't even bother to put the strings up here. They just created this awkward top. It's not okay. I'm not okay with this. This pump market is really, it's honestly, it's oversaturated. The economy that we're dealing with is not right. This is not how it's supposed to go. I feel terrible that moms are kind of getting ripped off like this left and right. It is what it is, but I'll be here until the bitter end telling you the truth about a lot of these pumps. And this one, unfortunately, is not a positive review because we do not need this. We do not need this, and moms do not deserve the damage to the supply that this is going to inflict. So hopefully that helps as you're making your decisions. I'm going to give the Lansinoh Thrive a big thumbs down. Just pass on it. We'll find you something else, anything else. Hopefully that helps, and happy pumping.